Hello all, pproteus here, back for round number 5. This hand is interesting because it is very close. I think I'm going to keep it because I just like keeping hands that have 3 1-drops, 4 if you count the ranker. There are things that could happen that would make this pretty bad, like me not drawing a land for the first 4 turns and my opponent having a lightning bolt on turn 1. That would be pretty bad. But as you've seen in earlier games, this challenge, Stompy doesn't mulligan very well. It's one of those decks that needs like a critical threshold to function, but it also needs that threshold turns 1, 2, 3. So here, at the very least, I get to have committed 5 power to the board by the end of turn 3. Whether or not my opponent can interact with that, that's another story. I certainly have flood insurance. My preferred draw would be a forest, so I can just cast Pit Skulk. Carrion would be fine too. Mutagenic would be good in some matchups. Swamp, okay. The matchups that start with Swamp are not the ones where I would keep this hand. Because my opponent is probably going to try to trade for every single one of my threats. Augur Bolas. Reveal a counterspell. Alright, I need a land here. No land. I will play the Ranker while my opponent's tapped out. Not having the land sucks, but at least I'm doing something. Opponent might have the counterspell, but they're probably going to struggle to be able to use it effectively. And they probably knew that, which means the other 2 were misses, but... Or, I guess, they could be other counterspells as well. Alright, so I'm getting edicted. I'm going to sack the Vault Scourge. Guess who is coming in next matchup? Or next game, rather. Can I draw a land? I need a land. Oh boy. Now, I have a choice between Pit Skulk and Vault Scourge. They both present the same clock. I'd rather play around Echoing Decay. Okay. I get back my Ranker. Aqueduct. It's a swamp. How about a land? Not land, but that's not terrible. I would have liked to have drawn that last turn. Would have been very good last turn. This turn is very mediocre. Here's my other Pit Skulk. What is this? Echoing Decay? No. I successfully played around Echoing Decay. Opponent, maybe Muldrifter here. Oh man, they got a lot of removal. If I had a proper hand with lands, they would be getting crushed. Right now, I'm gonna play Burning Tree, I'm sorry. Let me counter it. Now that I have the land, that came way too late. I've got to get the counter spot out of their hand so I can start resolving some good stuff. Burning Tree Emissary is just a grizzly bear. Uh-oh. That's going to kill me pretty fast. I would like to draw a Nest Invader. Okay, Carrion Rangers, okay. Rank on the Vault Scourge. Please don't kill it. Forbidden Alchemy. That's pretty bad. My opponent's probably going to hit something good here. They discarded an Edict. Another Angler. If they have like a Disfigure Edict, well, they probably, sorry. If they have Disfigure Edict or something like that, they should cast the Disfigure first so that they don't get owned by Hunger. You may be asking why I didn't cast Hunger last turn to set up lethal. It's because I want to, because I think I can still beat stuff. And I can beat stuff by some combination of threatening to have Hunger turned on, threatening to my opponent of having Vines, and also just playing a longer game in which I don't get 2 for 1. Forbidden Alchemy discarding Augur Bolas, land and land. I mean, I guess they kind of know that the jig's up here. I would like my opponent to just cast an Augur and tap out. That would be the best, and then I'll just kill them. I guess I could die to, not die, but I could be foiled by Snuff Out. I'm not going to play around with Snuff Out, but my opponent's on Teachings. They could have weird things like that. Oh great, I actually drew the Vines. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend to have groundswell counter my river boa. I'm not going for it. I'm not, especially now that I have the actual vines. Opponent casts Disfigure or Acclimate Decay. They would just lose on the spot to Groundswell. That's why I'm acting like this, because I don't want them to cast nothing. Even if they have it, just take the damage. Opponent has something, but they wouldn't be doing this. Opponent decided to go for it. Man, if I knew they were going to do that, then I wouldn't have played the Riverboat first. I was sure my opponent was holding up Essence Scatter. Okay, opponent just concedes. Like, if you have the Disfigure there, why do you pass the turn? Right? So I assume my opponent... Well, I guess I wasn't really assuming they didn't have it. But I thought I could beat a Disfigure, which is why I did this. So sometimes I use the language, I say, I'm going to assume they have this thing. But part of that, or that they don't have it, part of that is if they have the thing, if I'm wrong, then I lose anyways. Here, if I was wrong and they have the Disfigure, then I'm fine. So even though I didn't think my opponent had Disfigure because they weren't acting like they had it, I still wanted to play around it because I thought I could beat a handful of basically anything. Alright, so Young Wolves come in. Vines? Honestly, Vines is overrated. It's overrated in this matchup, at least. It's overrated in a lot of matchups. I don't need it. I don't need the Vines, but I might bring them in anyways. Definitely bring in Young Wolves. Definitely bring in Ledgewalkers. I'm going to side out one Vault Scourge, one Ranker, and a Gut Shot. Do I want another River Ball? Probably not. Like they just died to Disfigure like everything else. I have an extra card in here somewhere. What is it? I like all the mutagenic growths. Oh, it's Groundswell. I don't actually want Groundswell. Even though Groundswell would have won me the game there. Even though Groundswell would have won me the game there, I don't actually want it. I'm gonna think about this sideboarding strategy, but maybe it's not totally correct. But like, when I started playing with this, there's like one of those really weird learning curves where you end up going backwards. When I started playing with this deck, I'm like, oh, Vines is actually insane. And now that I've been playing with it for a long time, I realize that Vines is, at least I've been overrating it. I don't know if it is overrated. But it's not this, like, it's not this cure-all. It's definitely unwieldy in a lot of situations. There's probably a reason to consider not playing the Nettle Sentinel, because my opponent wants to edict me here. But if my opponent holds up Counterspell, that's not any better for me. So I have to get them because I'm on the draw. I can't afford to do this. On the play, you know what? I probably would just do nothing. Now I got my Eldrazi spawn out here. Deal with that, opponent. Oh no, not more lands. I'll play my Rancor. Hope my opponent doesn't have double pump spell. Or not double pump spell, double removal spell. I had double pump spell. So I guess double removal spell wouldn't be that bad. Somehow all my cards are gone. Forbidden Alchemy is just not a great card against Stompy for some reason. They put a Disfigure into their graveyard. That's a bad sign. Disfigure is one of the best cards against Stompy. So I imagine that the other card was a Disfigure, unless it was a Vodalian Zombie or something like that. Possible. Or maybe they just want to cast an Angler. I mean, yeah, that's fine too. Not land. Alright, let's play this guy. Let's untap land, play another land, and attack. I will trade Vines of Vastwood for Gurmag Angler. For sure. Yeah, opponent's not buying it. Maybe playing the Carrion Ranger first was wrong. Probably was. Alright, Augur Bolas. That's okay. Oops. Augur Bolas reveals Doomblade. Okay, my opponent now has Doomblade and Disfigure up. So imagine I attack with Nest Invader, I block, I'm Mutagenic Growth to trade, they Disfigure, I binds the Doomblade. Doesn't work out for me. Time for a Ledgewalker. That's not bad. Okay, I'd like to get that out. Like, just... I don't mind creatures. Creatures are good. Why am I struggling? Okay, there we go. Creatures are good. Yeah. It means that now my Nest Invader is disposable, my opponent disfigures it, I don't care. My opponent Doomblades it. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted you to do that. What card? Did my opponent get the Angler? I'm just assuming that my opponent has Disfigure, but maybe they got an Angler off of the Alchemy. instead of disfigure. Maybe they already have a handful of removal and that was what they needed. Alright, let's go for it. Ranker on Burning Tree Emissary. I can beat 2 removal spells. Alright, disfigure. I will cast Vines. Counter spells or kills my creature in response. Agony Warp. Okay. That wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't good for me. But, I'm probably not going to win this game. But it was only a 3 for 3. Flashback Edict. Yeah, sure. You got me. Okay. No, I did not want that. I am attacking with my Carrion Ranger. Yes, unfortunately I don't have anything else. That fifth land just got me. I don't want to draw a fifth land. That's why I keep 1 land in hands. I'm not technically dead. If my opponent has a land in hand, draws another land, I can make something that trades for... Oh, this also needs to hit 4 lands. Okay, that's going to be tough. They discarded an Angler and an Augur. Yeah. Okay, I'm dead. I'll let my opponent play it out. Maybe they show me a card I didn't see. Yeah, okay, we're dead here. So, how do I like my sideboarding? I like the Ledge Walkers. I like the mutagenic growths. I just didn't draw any of these things. I guess Riverboa is good because if I get a... It's unblockable, and if I get a aura on it, then it's basically indestructible. If it's just a 5/4 Island Walker that regenerates, that's pretty good, right? So I can think about another Vines, another Riverboa. Is there anything I don't like at all? Maybe I just cut another Ranker? I do need things that beat Angler. So you know what? Riverboa it is. I'm going first. Ah, there we go. I like this hand. It's got 3 lands, but it has an elephant guide, so 3 lands doesn't seem that bad when you've got an elephant guide. It is edict proof and kind of disfigure proof. In fact, I think I play the Nettle Sentinel on turn 1 because my opponent can't profitably interact with my Nest Invader. Opponent mulligan to 6. I mean, I guess they could have a disfigure, so that's a good reason to play this on turn 1. Okay. No, I didn't want to draw that. I want to draw no more lands for the rest of the match. Okay, you got it. I want to have the Eldrazi spawn around. I don't want to sack it, unfortunately. Okay, I would rather just... I'd rather just play 2/2/2s than play an Elephant Guide, I think. Maybe the correct play is to Elephant Guide because my opponent's tapped out. But it just doesn't seem right. My opponent has to do something. They can't do nothing. Like if they have a Seagate Oracle, they're just going to cast it. And then I'm going to put the Elephant Guide on something. They're holding up Counterspell. They're holding up Counterspell. I'm good. Like, I don't need to play this game. I don't need to cast things into your Counterspell. Go. Okay, that's fine. I don't know. Maybe now I'm getting punished for not playing the Elephant Guide because my opponent's not tapping out. I guess. I guess that's what's happening. Hunger. Alright, it's Elephant Guide time. I guess I was totally wrong in my ability to do nothing. I could cast Hunger on the Nettle Sentinel, sacking the Eldrazi spawn. I just really don't want to sack the Eldrazi spawn. I regret that play. I regret casting the Elephant Guide there. Although having 2 of them in my hand is pretty clunky. Cast Nest Invader here. This one's fine because it counters it. Okay. If it resolves, I get to do good stuff. Yeah, I don't care about that. Maybe this is really loose. So now I'm back to regretting not playing the Nettle Sentinel on turn 1. Alright, so I'm just going to let him kill it, and then put the hunger on my Eldrazi spawn. Can't edict me still. Yeah, probably made some. Should probably go back and review how I was playing this game. I'm not terribly happy with the result. Some of these trades. If I knew that my opponent had double counterspell, no way do I cast Elephant Guide. So yeah, this makes me unhappy. The only problem is that I didn't know what he did or didn't have. Yeah, there's the Doomblade. Okay, well, he's down to 1 card in hand. So this is pretty good. He can Teachings, but that's his whole turn. Island Pass. Jeez. I have to go for it. One, two, three, four, five, 6. He can Teachings for Disfigure. Well, the worst that can happen is he casts Doomblade here in response, and then he doesn't use Teachings, and I get a 3/3 and a 2/2. So you know what? I think I'm okay. I think he's passing because he wants to use Teachings. Oh, okay. Whew. That was closer than it needed to be. I messed up. This is a tough matchup. Lots of interesting things going on. Now, 4-1. See you in the next round.